Hello guys, I'm here today with the Pink Floyd shirt for a good reason, because today I will be reviewing all of Pink Floyd's discography. I'm a bit of a big fan of Pink Floyd. I have a lot of Pink Floyd stuff, including this box set of all their albums. As you can see, this is all of them. There's Piper, Saucerful, War, Umagama, Atom Heart, Metal, Obscured, of course the popular ones. Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, Animals, Wall, Final Cut, Momentary Lapse of Reason, and Division Bell. And it even came with this cool booklet. So today I'm going to be reviewing all their albums because I've listened to them all and I have my own opinion about them. My opinion of Pink Floyd's a little different from most, but let's just get into it. They have 14 studio records, 15 if you count the Endless River, but I'm not really counting that one because all I've heard about it is that it's a bunch of Division Bell outtakes, and that doesn't seem like a proper studio record to me, but let's just get into it. For these three, I don't consider true Pink Floyd records just because of what they are and how they were made or whatever. So, for number 11, we're just including their last three records, Division Bell, Momentary Lapse of Reason, and Final Cut. To me, these aren't proper Pink Floyd records. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, the Final Cut was one written pretty much all of it, if not all of it, about 99% of it by Roger Waters. Richard Wright, who, by the way, keep in mind, who had been with the band ever since they started playing in garages, wasn't on this album because he fired him for musical laziness, and Nick Mason hardly got to play drums on this record because Roger Waters handed him a sheet notation or something like that. That's the story I've heard. And David Gilmour hardly got to play on this record from his standpoint. So I don't really consider that a true Pink Floyd record. This is more of a Roger Waters album. It's alright, but saying Pink Floyd is kind of like, it's kind of like, this album is to Pink Floyd what Squeeze was to the Velvet Underground. These two were all written by, well, this is when Roger Waters left the band and Richard Wright got back in, so it was just David Gilmour, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason back. But I just don't really care for these records. They're not bad, but to me they almost kind of like, and I know it should be the other way around, but they sound like U2 records almost. They kind of had that kind of sound to them. You know what sound I'm trying to get. Alright, now let's do for number 10. This is probably going to trigger a lot of Pink Floyd fans, but I don't care, and there's some part of this album I find good, and there's some part of it I find complete trash. And this might offend a lot of people, and a lot of people might click off of it, but I don't care. This is The Wall for number 10. Let me explain something first about The Wall. One, I don't feel like The Wall should have been a double record to me. I just don't really care for the record. It's just not my favorite Pink Floyd album. If someone said, introduce me to Pink Floyd, I would not introduce The Wall because of just how, I don't know, it's just too, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't like it a lot. I don't really like it. Now, however, the thing that I have found great about The Wall is the live performances of it. The film for The Wall was amazing. If you've ever watched that, it's freaking amazing. Roger Waters' The Wall, the one where they did on TV, it's free on Netflix now, from what I've seen. I don't really use Netflix a lot, but I've seen it on there for free, and I've watched a little bit of it. And all the live performances I've seen of The Wall have been great. The Wall as a record, I just don't like as a record. So yeah, that's number 10. For number 9, it's going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Oh. Number 9, Alright, I've made my decision. I feel like most people here will agree with me, but that's More. More was just a bit of a weird one. It was quickly done. It wasn't really thought of a lot. It was made for a film called More. I haven't seen the film, but I kind of want to watch it one day. I guess this girl moves somewhere and introduces this guy to acid or whatever. And if you open up the panel, you get some nice boobies. So that's a bonus with the record. So yeah. Let's put this bad boy back. It's their third album, right? Yeah. That was number 9. For number 8, we're going to say probably Obscured by Clouds. This one's not bad. It's really good. I remember when I first listened to it, I listened to it like 5 times in a row, just how good it was. And it doesn't even feel like a full 40-minute record. It feels like it's such a great album. I've listened to this a few times. A lot of the songs, all the songs on here are great. Free For, Obscured by Clouds, Burning Bridges. This is a great record. There's nothing bad at it at all. It's just not up there in quality with the rest. That was what, number 7? No, that was number 8. For number 7, oh, this is a bit of a weird one. Let me pull out all the records I haven't reviewed yet. So, just for sake of easy purpose. Actually, you know what? Number 7? I don't know. This is so hard. I'm thinking here what number 7 is. You post down what you think they should be, what order they should be in, and I'll read them because I love Pink Floyd. Anything Pink Floyd related. All right, for number 7. This is hard. Alright, I have Piper, Saucerful, Umagama, Atom Heart, Metal, Dark Side, Wish You Were Here, and Animals. For number 7, alright, I'm just gonna pick one. Atom Heart Mother for number 7. It was Pink Floyd's first great record. I'll say that. You know, after Syd Barrett left, they did those, you know, they did a few records without him. This was their first really good one in that matter. And it's just, I remember listening to it for the first time, I'm like, dang, that's really good. That was like their first really good record. For number 6, I'm going to per se... This is going to trigger a lot of people. I don't care. I've already triggered people with The Wall, so I don't care at this point. For what was it? Number 7, I said? Number 6, I can't remember. Wish You Were Here. I understand its point. I understand its purpose and meaning. But I just don't care for it. I don't know why. I feel like I should, but I don't really do. It's not my favorite Pink Floyd record. I don't know. It's not like my go-to Pink Floyd record. I don't know why. I understand its meaning. It's a beautiful record. I just don't care for it. Where are we at now? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at number 6. Number 6 on the list. I'm going to put down... This is hard because I love all the records just about. And I have some of their best records right here. For number 6, my opinion once again, Dark Side of the Moon. This album is what turned me on to Pink Floyd. I remember listening to it for the first time and just having my mind blown. It's a great record, but now that I'm more educated with Pink Floyd, to me, in my opinion, this was kind of like their decline almost. Kind of like when they started getting egos and they started running out of ideals. This was their biggest record, and to me, that was their downfall, it being so big. And it caused the band to start deteriorating, start almost hating each other because of it. For number 5 on this list, I'm going to put Saucer Full of Secrets. This album is great. It was their first album without Sid Barrett. First record to include David Gilmour. It's pretty psychedelic as they were. And it's a great album. And this is the only album, by the way, to include all 5 members. They didn't play at the same time, but they played. There's only one song by Pink Floyd where all 5 members actually did recording on. That was Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. There's probably a reason why that song is so magical and mystical as it is. For number 4, I'm going to put Animals. Animals is a great album. It's so underrated considering how they had Dark Side, Wish You Were Here, Animals, and The Wall. This album never got the credit it deserved. It should have been bigger than the Wish You Were Here album or the The Wall. This was their biggest, their one album where it's just proggy. One of their proggiest albums. To me, they've never been that proggy of a band, even though a lot of people be like, yeah, Dark Side of the Moon, it's a pretty prog record. Or if you look up prog records, you'll get like Dark Side of the Moon. But to me, Pink Floyd never really put out prog records. They've done progressive songs, but they've never really did progressive records until Animals. For number 3, I'm going to put down Umagama. Umagama is amazing. In case you didn't know, Umagama, if I'm correct, is a word one of the engineers Pink Floyd used as a way of referring to getting the coochie. It's like, yeah, I'm going to have me some Umagama tonight with the wife. I don't know why you'd say that out loud. It's just weird. But this album's great. It has 2 different recordings. It has the live and the studio. A lot of people prefer the live version. I honestly myself prefer the studio version. Just each of this album was really split off. It's kind of like Fragile by Yes, how there's all the different songs. There's one solo song by each member. This album did the same. Just Richard Wright's song, Sisyphus, I believe that's how you say that. It's just amazing to see the atonality and just the abstractness in his piano parts on that song is just amazing. So yeah, this is a fine record by them. It took me a while to get into it, but I'm glad I'm into it now because it's a great record. For number 2, and there's a reason why there's one more higher than this, but if it wasn't for this one album, this would be number 1. This is Piper at the Gates of Dawn. This was their debut record, and their one and only record to include Sid Barrett as the main songwriter. If you want more information about it, I can't remember who it is, but some music critic, not critic, but essay maker, like someone like Polyphonic or Middle Eight, or I can't remember, but someone like that did a video about Piper at the Gates of Dawn. They also did another excellent one for In the Court of the Crimson King. I can't remember who it was. Just look up Piper at the Gates of Dawn Explained. You might get it. This album is amazing, just the diverseness. You have songs that are psychedelic, and I mean all the songs in here are psychedelic. But you got songs like Astronomy Damen, Interstellar Overdrive, which is just space, craziness. You got silly little songs like Bike, The Gnome, that are just great. You have vocal improvisation, I believe that's Power Touch, that is boom, ah, boom, ba, boom, ah, boom, ba. Just a great record all around. It's amazing. Their number 1 record, and if you know their discography, you might know which one I'm about to pull out. Metal. I've just listened to this album the other day. This album, mainly the song Echoes, just moves me. It's my favorite song of all time, and I don't use that lightly. It is My favorite songs by them, it's just, this entire record is great. One of These Days, really good. A Pillow of Winds, Fearless, San Tropez, and Seamus. They're not necessarily amazing songs, but they're pretty good. And then, of course, you have the Echoes, which my favorite version of it is the Live at Pompeii version that they did back in 1972, 73, just before Dark Side released. So, yeah, that was my Pink Floyd record review. I hope you enjoyed it. I really love them. If you have anything about Pink Floyd you'd like to share with me, go ahead. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.